Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayanti Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 4, text number 27. Shri Shukvacha iti saha viturena vishvamurte gunakatya suddhya plavito ratapaha shaname puline yam swasustam samushit opagavir nisham tatvaga. Shukdev Goswami said, O king, after thus discussing with Vidura the transcendental name, fame, qualities, etc., on the bank of the Yamuna, Uddhava was overwhelmed with great affliction. He passed the night as if it were a moment, and thereafter he went away. So Uddhavaji was discussing the Krishna's pastimes and Krishna's instructions. And then he was in so much of separation from Krishna. He was constantly thinking of Krishna. And here Shukdev Goswami is saying he passed the night as if it were a moment. Means the whole night they kept on discussing upon Krishna and discussing Krishna's topics. And as soon as in the morning he just left. The word used here for Krishna is Vishvamurti. Both Uddhava and Vidura were in great affliction because of Lord Krishna's departure. And the more they discussed the transcendental name, fame, and qualities of the Lord, the more the picture of the Lord became visible to them everywhere. Such visualization of the transcendental form of the Lord is neither false nor imaginary, but is factual, absolute truth. When the Lord is perceived as Vishvamurti, it is not that he loses his personality or transcendental eternal form, but he becomes visible in the same form everywhere. So yeah, very nicely it is mentioned, Vishvamurti. So Prabhupada explained, Vishvamurti doesn't mean that no form or imaginary form. Now Vishvamurti is that for devotees, he is visible everywhere. They see him everywhere. They perceive him everywhere. And more Uddhavji and Vidurji were discussing about Krishna. They were seeing him everywhere. That is the beauty of talking about Krishna. And Krishna is there. He says that I am wherever my devotees are chanting my name or discussing my katha, I am there. I'm standing right there. Just like Prabhupada explained that when we are chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then Radha and Krishna, they're dancing on our tongues. But since we are not that pure, so we cannot perceive them. But they are there. Text 28. But still the devotees, they feel a separation from Krishna. Although he is there, but they want personal touch with him, or personal association with him. Although they are chanting, although they are discussing about Krishna, but still they want a personal association. That's why they feel separation from him. Text 28. Raja Uvacha Nidhanam Upgateshu Vrishni Bhojeshu Avdhirat Yuthapayuthapeshu Mukhya Satu Katham Avshishtu Dhavo Yadharira Api Tadyach Akritim Triyadhisha. The king inquired, at the end of the pastimes of the Lord of the three worlds, Sri Krishna, and after the disappearance of the members of the Vrishni and Bhoja dynasties, who were the best of the great commanders, why did Uddhava alone remain? So king was asking, why was Uddhav ji remaining? Because this answer will be given further. According to Shijiv Goswami, Nidhanam means the transcendental abode of the Lord. Ni means the highest, and Dhanam means the opulence. And because the abode of the Lord is the highest manifestation of transcendental opulence, his abode can therefore be called Nidhanam. Apart from the grammatical elucidation, the real purpose of the word Nidhanam is to indicate that all the members of the Vrishni and Bhoja dynasties were direct associates of the Lord. And after the end of his pastimes, all the associates were dispatched to their respective positions in the transcendental abode. So just like we were discussing earlier, sorry, that all these associates of the Lord, they were they were transported or dispatched to their respective positions in Vaikuntha planets. Just hang on for a second. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur elucidates the meaning of Akritim as pastimes. A means complete and Kritim means transcendental pastimes. Since the Lord is identical with his transcendental body, there is no question of his changing or quitting his body. To act in accordance with the rules and customs of the material world, the Lord seems to take his birth or leave his body, but the pure devotees of the Lord know well the actual fact. It is necessary, therefore, for the serious students of Srimad Bhagavatam to follow the notes and comments of the great acharyas like Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. To others who are not devotees of the Lord, the comments and explanations of such acharyas may appear to be grammatical jugglery, but to the students who are in the line of disciplic succession, the explanations of the great acharyas are quite fit. So see, same word, here the word is used as akritim. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives the meaning of akritim as pastimes. And what kind of pastimes? Transcendental pastimes. A means complete. Now somebody can say a means not, but that's one's own speculation, because whatever the great acharyas like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur or Jiv Goswami or Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur or Prabhupada or any great acharya, whatever they are writing, they're not writing based on their own speculations, based on their own knowledge. They are writing whatever Krishna is revealing to them. And that is when they write anything, it is perfect. Because Krishna is revealing that meaning to them. Just like there is a story, if I remember it right, I think it is of Baldev Vidyabhushan. Yes, it was Sripad Baldev Vidyabhushan. And somehow when he was, I'm 100% sure it was Baldev Vidyabhushan. I have to, okay, I'll just remind me, I'll read that. I'll find out the details and let you know tomorrow. Okay, any acharya, maybe it was Baldev Vidyabhushan, maybe some other acharya, I'm not somehow remembering that name. So somehow when he was reading the Gayatri mantra, especially the calm Gayatri, even in Gayatri mantra, there are many Gayatri mantras, and not just Om Bhurva Swa, there are other Gayatri mantras as well. which we chant when we get the Brahman Diksha from a bona fide guru. So the calm Gayatri, it was mentioned, it has 24 and a half syllables. And that Acharya got confused. He was like, how in the world this has 24 and a half syllables? It should have 25 syllables. Because Kham Gayatri, it was mentioned that every syllable of Kham Gayatri represents an organ of Krishna or a feature of Krishna that is related to moon. So somehow Acharya got confused that how is it possible that this has 24.5? And he was saying that the Acharya who had written in his commentary, he cannot make a mistake, but from the grammatical viewpoint, it was 25. So he was lamenting and he was, how is it possible? Well, I cannot find a single grammatical law that tells me that it has 24 and a half. And this Acharya is writing, so I cannot find mistakes in his writing either. Now what to do? So he was lamenting and he went off to sleep like that, and Srimati Radharani appeared to him in the dream. And she told him that go and find this particular book, and in that book, that rule of grammar is written, and that is where you will find that the Kam Gayatri has 24 and a half syllables. So they are to this. I mean, we don't even know any grammar of Sanskrit at all. We don't know anything. But these acharyas are particular up to this point that how can there be a mistake? So that is why if Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying Akriti means transcendental pastimes, and Prabhupada quoted that, so that's it. There is no other option here. The word Upgateshu is also significant. All the members of Vrishni and Bhoja directly reach the abode of the Lord. Other devotees do not reach the abode of the Lord directly, but the pure devotees of the Lord have no attraction for the opulence of any planet of the material world. Sometimes, due to inquisitiveness, devotees who are to be promoted to the abode of the Lord have some attraction for the opulence of the higher material planets above the earth, and thus a desire to see them while going up to the perfection. There's another catch. It is said that when a devotee is qualified to enter the spiritual world, and the Vishnu Dutas come to take him to spiritual world, so what happens, they put him on the chariot and they take him through all the heavenly planets to let him see those heavenly planets and still to figure out maybe this guy, this devotee is still interested in enjoying some heavenly pleasure. So let him get down here and let him enjoy. So it happens. So one has to be really, really, really fixed up without even any tinge of material desires to be able to go straight back to the spiritual world and not get down at any heavenly planet. And above heavenly planets are like Maharloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, like Brahma's Loka, which is opulence wise and so many siddhis wise. These are amazing planets. But one who is a pure devotee, he doesn't want to get down anywhere. But the Vishnu Dutas will still check. Here Prabhupada is writing, but the Vrishnis and Bhojas were directly dispatched because they had no attraction for material planets. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also did suggest that, according to Amar Kosh dictionary, Akriti also means signal. Lord Krishna ordered Uddhava by signal to go to Badrikasrama after his departure. And Uddhava, as a pure devotee of the Lord, carry out the order more faithfully then going back to Godhead or the abode of the Lord. That was the cause of his remaining alone even after the departure of the Lord from the face of the earth. So Krishna himself motioned or signaled to Uddhava to stay here. And why? Because he wanted Uddhavji to relate relay this message to Vidurji, because Krishna knew Vidurji will come around and he wanted Vidurji to get this transcendental knowledge from Uddhava. And so this is the dedication of devotees of the Lord, servants of the Lord, that they don't care for their own personal sense gratification or even personal being with Krishna to go back to the spiritual world. Krishna asked him to stay back, and he stayed back. Just like Prabhupada also mentioned, I'm sorry, just a second. I'm sorry for the disturbance. Just like Prabhupada in Mayapur, he mentioned to Bhavanand Maharaj once that he said he was with Krishna in the spiritual world, and Krishna told him, he showed him this planet Earth in this universe, and he told Prabhupada that I want you to go there. And Prabhupada said, I told him, no, I'm not going there. And Krishna said, no, 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 I want you to go there. And then Krishna gave him a bunch of books. He said, take these books and go there. I want you to go there and give these books to everybody. And then Prabhupada said, very, although reluctantly, but since it was Krishna's order, he came here. So we still don't know what is Prabhupada's identity or Prabhupada's Swarupa in the spiritual world. But he definitely is very, very close to Krishna. That Krishna himself ordered him to come here. Like yesterday we were discussing about Prabhupada and Prabhupada's books. They're so amazing. And like Prabhupada himself mentioned, I didn't write these books. Krishna dictated them to me. So this is what Krishna wanted him to do, to give these books to us, to write these books for us. In fact, for Prabhupada, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, Mahaprabhu said, more Senapati Bhakta, my Senapati devotee will come and take this message, take this Harinam all over the world and distribute it. So that Senapati Bhakta, I mean, we just imagine Senapati. Senapati means commander of the army. And Mahaprabhu's commander of the army means the commander of the army of devotees, of the Sankirtan devotees. And that is only Prabhupada who came and who took the Harinam, took the message of Krishna and Mahaprabhu all over the world. So that is Prabhupada, Senapati Bhakta of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Again, we don't know his identity, actually. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also mentioned in his writings that very soon a great personality will come who will take this movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Sankirtan movement of Mahaprabhu, far and wide all over the world. So Prabhupada showed it by his example, by his dedication, by his teachings, by his traveling, by his preaching. It is Prabhupada only. who fulfilled all the prophecies about that special person. So similarly, here we are reading that um, Uddhavji remained back when Krishna left for the spiritual world because Krishna wanted him to remain here. And of course, Uddhavji was here just to for Vidura, but Prabhupada remained here for all of us and many of for next 10,000 years. Prabhupada will keep on. I'm sorry, there is a disturbance a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm back. So for next 10,000 years, not just only for 12 years, Prabhupada preached. For next 10,000 years, he'll keep on preaching through his books, through his followers, through his instructions, through his teachings. So not an ordinary person, not at all an ordinary person. We all agreed upon this, but just look at the things he has done, and he's still doing it through his books, through his teachings, through the society that he has established. So actually, it's a great honor to be part of that society, part of Prabhupada's movement, part of tradition that Prabhupada has established. And we should remain fixed up and fixed up in the mission of Prabhupada and try to preach more and more and more. Try to bring, just like other day we were discussing, just 1 year, if you can just help one family or one person, not even a family, just one person, it'll be a great service to come. So anyway, sorry, I got some distractions in speaking. So I'll stop here and see anybody with any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, what was it? Was it a lizard or a bird or something?
No, it was a cockroach and you were disturbing.
Oh, okay. At least we come to know in America there are cockroaches in the house.
Somehow he came in, I don't know from where. It was a pretty big one. It was flying here and there.
Oh.
Anyway, any other question or comment? So I guess we'll stop here. You all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.